What's up, guys? Your boys, 22K13. I'm going to talk about 10 worst WWE superstars to ever wrestle in the Elimination Chamber. With the WWE recent announcement of the addition of an extra pay-per-view event to their schedule, it was obvious that the company was aiming to sweeten the pot for the WWE Network subscribers who had signed up during May free of charge. Therefore, on Sunday, 31st May, subscribers will be treated to a network-exclusive Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, which, when coupled with the NXT TakeOver event this Wednesday, helped make the network an exciting proposition for $9.99 per month. The Chamber has always been the brutal and statistic structure in which the World Championship was defended, or has been used as a method for superstars to qualify for world title matches. This year's event, however, will be a night of firsts. The first time the Intercontinental Championship and also the Tag Team Championship have ever been defended inside the Chamber. Over the years, the WWE has worked very hard to give the impression that the match is reserved for only the most elite performers. It makes sense then that the list of competition includes the legendary likes of John Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, and The Undertaker, and Edge. However, given that the match has to involve 6 superstars and the pay-per-view tends to include 2 matches on the same night, there have been a number of less celebrated wrestlers granted the opportunity to do battles inside its walls. In fact, there have been plenty of dubious superstars to have competed inside the Chamber, and these are the 10 worst. Number 10, Carlito, New Year's Revolution 2006. The list begins with a few superstars who are not bad wrestlers, per se, but simply one who never rose to the hollow height of main event status and therefore seemed out of place whenever thought of competing inside the demonic structure. Carlito is a perfect example. Debuting on the main roster in October 2004, he seemingly had all the tools to become a major player in WWE. He won the United States Championship in his very first match, defeating John Cena, no less, and became very popular with the WWE Universe for his Caribbean cool demeanor and easy charisma. He was then drafted to the Raw brand in 2005, defeating Shelton Benjamin for the Intercontinental Championship in his first match on that brand. It's obvious that WWE saw big things in Carlito's future, so in 2006, his inclusion in the Elimination Chamber match against the likes of Cena, Shawn Michaels, Kane, and Kurt Angle didn't seem so suspect. WWE even booked Carlito to eliminate Michael from the match, take part in eliminating Kane, and get down to the final 2 against Cena. He also eliminated the 6th competitor, who won't be named now, as he will make an appearance later on this list. So why did Carlito never solidify his status as a top-tier player in WWE? Though through a combination of his outspoken criticism of WWE backstage politics, dissatisfaction with the booking of his character, and a general reputation for being unmotivated, Carlito was released in 2010 for a violation of WWE wellness policy. Number 9, Hardcore Holly, December to Dismember 2006. Bob Holly, most well known as Hardcore Holly, will always be a well-respected man in the wrestling business. A 16-year veteran of WWE, he made his debut in 1994 and was an important part of the mid-card scene during the vaunted Attitude Era. During his tenure, he won the Hardcore title 6 times and the Tag Team Championship 3 times, with 3 different partners. Hardcore Holly's appearance inside the Elimination Chamber was at the ill-fated December to Dismember pay-per-view in 2006, the only ECW brand-specific pay-per-view that WWE ever held. It performed disastrously, with only 4,800 fans in attendance and a scant 90,000 pay-per-view buys, which was the lowest buy rate in WWE history at the time. The Chamber match that night featured CM Punk, Big Show, Rob Van Dam, and Bobby Lashley. So it wasn't exactly short of star power. Sadly, Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon reportedly clashed extensively over the direction of the match with Heyman, insisting that McMahon's desire to crown Lashley champion instead of CM Punk was a mistake. Hardcore Holly wasn't even initially scheduled to compete in the match. He replaced ECW original Sabu at the last minute, which was another bone of contention between Heyman and McMahon, and a move that was met with disgust from the ECW fans in the arena. However, Holly wasn't the only competitor who probably shouldn't have been in the match, and this awful pay-per-view will be returned to later in the list. Number 8. R-Truth, Elimination Chamber, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2015. R-Truth is one of the 6 participants who will be competing for the vacant Intercontinental Championship at the upcoming pay-per-view, vying with Ryback, Sheamus, King Barrett, Rusev, and Dolph Ziggler for the title. This, in and of itself, is not overly surprising. Truth was one of 7 men who fought for the title at WrestleMania 31 in a ladder match, and he has always been a reliably popular mid-card performer during the course of his career. However, this would not be Truth's first appearance inside the chamber. Rather, this will be the 4th time that he has been involved, having been a part of the match for 3 consecutive pay-per-views in a row from 2010 to 2012. The 2010 match was for the World Heavyweight Championship. In 2011, the prize was qualification for a WWE title match at WrestleMania 27, and in 2012 it was a WWE Championship match. In his 3 chamber matches this far, Truth has failed to win any of them, and also failed to eliminate even a single participant. He was the first competitor eliminated in all 3 matches, with his appearances routinely being very short, lasting all of 3.5 minutes in the 2010 match. It's obvious that Truth is utilized very much as someone to make up the numbers in these contests. No one really believes he will win or even last very long, but he fills one of the pod nicely, right? Right. Number 7. Test, December to Dismember 2006. Test's real name, Andrew Martin, was a big part of WWE during the Attitude Era, playing a huge role in one of the era's biggest storylines. When his wedding to Stephanie McMahon was interrupted by Triple H, who revealed he had already drugged Steph and married her in Las Vegas, while she was still unconscious, of course. The Attitude Era was a different time. Test experienced some success during his 2 stints with WWE, winning the Intercontinental and European and Tag Team titles. However, he will sadly be remembered as a wrestler who died tragically young, accidentally overdosing on oxycodone just 4 days before his 34th birthday. Prior to his death, Ted had just come off a run with WWE in which his hugely muscle physique was under scrutiny, and in fact he was released due to a violation of the wellness policy. The massively bulked up Ted that competed on the ECW brand during this stint looked very different from the man known during the Attitude Era, and his ring performance was not as good either. His appearance in the ECW Elimination Chamber match at the aforementioned December to December pay-per-view was, therefore, not the best that it could have been. The match was already ill-conceived and executed, and Ted's performance did nothing to improve it. Perhaps the match had taken place in the early 2000s, it might have been a different story. Number 6. Ted DiBiase Jr. Elimination Chamber 2010. Ted DiBiase Jr. was one of a growing breed of second or third generation wrestlers to compete in WWE. The son of the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Ted Jr. rose to fame as part of the Legacy, a three-man heel group along with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. He won the Tag Team Championship twice with Rhodes and compete in a marquee Super Threat match at WrestleMania 26 against his Legacy brothers. Ted Jr. seemed to run into problems. However, whenever the Legacy broke up and he had to attempt to forward a single career, Rhodes was successfully able to recapitulate his persona and become a valuable asset to WWE. But it never quite worked out for Ted. WWE initially tried to replicate the rich heel persona that worked so well for his father, with Ted Jr. carrying the $1 Million Championship and adding Virgil as his manservant, but the WWE Universe didn't take to it. He was then repackaged as a man of the people, babyface, holding tailgating parties before events and dubbing fans the DiBiase Posse. This gimmick didn't work either, and Ted eventually chose not to renew his WWE contract in 2013 and seems to have retired from wrestling in order to spend more time with his family. His appearance in the Raw Chamber match in 2010 was nothing if not forgettable. While he did manage to eliminate Randy Orton, he was then eliminated a mere 2 minutes later by Kofi Kingston, and never again rose to consideration for a World Championship match. Number 5. Chris Master, New Year's Revolution 2006. Chris Master is something of an enigma in the world of wrestling. During 2 different tenures with WWE, he never tasted championship gold. And yet he competed multiple times for the WWE title. He was never known for his sparkling in-ring performance and was seen by many observers as being little more than a bodybuilder with limited wrestling talent. Yet, by most accounts, he had improved his ring work tremendously in his years on the independent circuit following his last release from WWE in 2011. The question then becomes, did WWE audience ever see the real Chris Master? It's tempting to say that no, they didn't, and that a third stint with the company will reveal the much improved performer that he is nowadays. But given that this is a WWE related article, it can't be ignored that Master rarely displays the kind of talent that would qualify someone to compete in the Elimination Chamber. His one chamber match was the aforementioned encounter at New Year's Revolution 2006, in which Master formed a partnership of sorts with Carlito and worked together to eliminate Kane from the match before he was double-crossed and low-blown by Carlito, leading to his elimination. In truth, this chamber match is almost certainly remembered by most fans for its aftermath, in which Edge cashed in the very first Money in the Bank contract and defeated a beaten down John Cena, and not for the effort of the masterpiece. Number 4, Mike Knock, No Way Out 2009. Mike Knock, known to TNA fans as Knock of the Ace and 8 motorcycle gang and also the group of circus performers known as the Menagerie, was contracted to WWE from 2006 to 2010. He achieved little success despite appearing on all three brands, ECW, Raw, and SmackDown. He wrestled on only 4 pay-per-views during his 4 years, one of which was an untelevised dark match, and yet due to WWE offering baffling booking tactics, Knox was thrust into the main event No Way Out 2009 as one of 6 men in the World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match. Despite the crowd having little to no idea who the bearded Behemoth was, to be fair, the match itself had gone down in history as one of the best chamber matches ever, thanks in no small part to Edge and Rey Mysterio, who put on a clinic during the final stretch. Knox was the second man eliminated by Chris Jericho, but it's a real struggle to remember him contributing anything of real value to the contest. Perhaps similarly to Chris Master, the WWE Universe simply never got to see the best of Mike Knox. He certainly had a distinctive look and could have served a function as a member of the Wyatt family. For example, had his contract been renewed. Number 3, Vladimir Kozlov, No Way Out 2009. Following his recent feud with John Cena, in which, regrettably, he lost 3 out of 4 pay-per-view matches, it is hard to imagine that there are many fans or wrestling industry observers who would deny that the Bulgarian brute Rusev is the real deal. He is undoubtedly destined for main event status in WWE sooner rather than later, and his talent is there for all to see. Now try to imagine a Russian monster heel gimmick like Rusev, only played by someone with little to no charisma or microphone skills and no aptitude for wrestling. This person, sadly, is no mere abstract, hypothetical creation. He was Vladimir Kozlov, was employed by WWE from 2006 to 2011, and even managed to make it into the Elimination Chamber match at the No Way Out pay-per-view in 2009. Kozlov made his SmackDown debut on April 4, 2008, and quickly rose through the ranks, mostly by dismaking local jobbers. To the surprise of pretty much everyone, he was then quickly thrust into the WWE Championship picture, which culminated in the Chamber match. His lack of experience was badly exposed, and he was eliminated second, following a last ride from The Undertaker. He never again got anywhere near the WWE title. Number 2, Big Daddy V, No Way Out 2008. Nelson Fraser Jr. was a man of many names in WWE. First introduced as Mabel, one half of the Men on a Mission tag team. He then became the Gothic Monster Victor during the Attitude Era, and finally was repackaged in 2011 as the heavily tattooed Big Daddy V. He won the King of the Ring tournament in 1995 and was known as the world's largest love machine in 2005, wrestling in silk pajamas. throughout all of these names and gimmick changes. However, one thing resolutely remained unchanged by the passage of time. He was a truly terrible wrestler. Upon his debut as Big Daddy V, a bodyguard character for Matt Striker, who was hired to deal with Striker's nemesis, the Boogeyman, another awful wrestler. He was mostly contained to the ECW brand, aside from a short feud with Kane, which won the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Precious Award for Worst Feud of the Year in 2007. Rest assured, Big Daddy V time in the Elimination Chamber was short-lived. He was eliminated after only a few minutes by Batista. This chamber match may have gone down in the history as the least star-studded affair, as Batista and The Undertaker were the only bona fide main event superstars in the match. They were joined by V, Finley, MVP, and the number one entry on our list, The Great Khali. No Way Out 2008, Elimination Chamber 2012. The Great Khali is not only the worst wrestler to compete in an Elimination Chamber match, but possibly the very worst wrestler to have ever been contracted to WWE. Well, maybe Johnny Gonzalez was even more atrocious, so at least the WWE Universe was never forced to endure his presence in a match of this magnitude. The Great Khali, in many ways that didn't include his wrestling skill set, was a superb asset to WWE. He was the first ever Indian wrestler to be signed by them, which opened the door to a massive fan base that WWE could exploit. He was the very definition of a special attraction, standing at 7 feet 1 inch and weighing in at almost 350 pounds. Khali's sheer magnitude made him a talking point for fans and non-fans alike. In WWE, which could be labeled the land of the giant, Khali was even bigger than the likes of Big Show, Undertaker, and Kane, and the importance of that can be understated. That does not mean that he should be included in showpiece matches like the Elimination Chamber, though. In fact, Khali's lack of mobility and clumsiness could have led to other superstars getting hurt. So it's no surprise that his two appearances inside the structure have been quick, lasting no more than a few minutes in both matches combined. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.